Living with multiple sclerosis isn't just about dealing with fatigue, or depression. It also comes up with a lot of, emotional journey, right? And that is exactly what I'm going to discuss in today's video. So, I welcome all of you back to my channel, Exploring MS, and I'm Nilima Pradhan, and I'm here discussing about my journey with multiple sclerosis and how I have been living with it from past 10 years. Common emotional effects that MS brings mainly could be, anxiety or fear. Now, when I'm talking about anxiety and fear, it is about the fear of unknown, right? The fear of future, the fear of the uncertainty that MS in itself carries. Right, we don't know what is going to happen tomorrow, and that fear that we have of not knowing what next makes us anxious. That is something that I suppose we all deal with. And MS brings depression with it. That is a very common factor. And I think each and every one of us, including me, we go through depression quite a lot. So, because of, again, the first factor, the fear of unknown. I feel, the sense of grief also makes us emotionally weak. The grief of losing what we used to be, because if you ask me, just one diagnosis that you have MS can change your life upside down, right? You are not allowed to do what you used to do. You are not allowed to, you have to change your entire lifestyle, to be precise, right? And then there are a lot of things that comes with MS, right? It's associated with MS, like you have to be, financially secured, because the medications, it is not cheap. And the other things is, like, you have to be running around the hospitals for your MRIs, for your medication and all, everything, and that in itself brings immense grief. And again, if you're doing all of this alone, like me, I really don't have anyone accompanying me through all this journey, right? So past 10 years, whatever I have been doing it all by myself. Then that particular thing in itself, the weightage of it is very, 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 very heavy. At least for me, that's what I can say. It can also be frustrating. Obviously, you have that frustration at its peak, right? Sometimes when you are just helpless and you really cannot do anything, you have to be dependent on the destiny, maybe, or God, or what else, I don't know. I mean, like, just the frustration of you not being able to do. You just have to be dependent on some supernatural power. What if you get that attack? What if something happens? What if you get that attack? What if you're not able to walk? What if you're not able to talk? What if you're not able to see? All of these kind of factors, it matters. Also, the guilt, guilt of being a burden on someone. You really want to be independent, right? You don't want to be asking for anybody's help or anybody's assistance all the time. And what if you are needed to do that? What if you really need to see the doctor because you've just got an attack and you are not able to make it to the hospital by yourself, and you don't have anyone around you, and you have to just ask for that help with somebody. You don't want to be a burden on someone, right? That's something which is very, very frustrating, and these all are the emotional factors that might just be bringing you down. So let's also talk about what helps according to me. Maybe talking helps. Again, it depends. If you have someone who could really listen to you and understand what you are going through, right? And that might be tough. I have tried talking to friends, but I have not felt or come across that feeling that yes, the other person is really understanding where I'm coming from. Because MS symptoms are, unseen also, right? Looking at us, somebody might just feel that, oh, you are absolutely fine. So, what is it that you're talking about? It doesn't make sense. And it might not make sense to them, but it is making sense to you, right? So, there's nobody who would even try to understand you. That is when maybe a therapist could help. That's what I feel, because when I just tell my friends I'm feeling very tired, of I'm going through extreme fatigue, they don't understand what kind of fatigue an MS patient goes through, right? For them, fatigue is normal tiredness, but with MS, fatigue is not normal, right? So I don't think anyone would really understand. But again, talking is important. So maybe, if your friends or family does not understand, I think talking to a therapist would definitely help. Maybe practicing mindfulness. I have covered it in a lot of my videos. Meditation, being still at the moment, practicing mindfulness could again be beneficial. I like to write a lot, and sometimes when I just don't have anybody to share my feelings with, I just write it in my diary. Whatever I'm going through, I journal it, so maybe writing it down can also be very, very effective. So, yes, stay connected with people as much as you can. Do not isolate yourself just by thinking that nobody understands me. That's all right. I mean, they are not there to understand you. Maybe you can talk to a therapist, as I said earlier. But yes, being connected with people is important. We need to be around people, meditate as much as you can, exercise. Those are the things that could help. That's what I would suggest. So yes, emotionally we might be drained out, thinking that nobody understands, and there's so many things that we are going through. But if we follow these few things that I just spoke about, can be really helpful. I hope you try these things that I've just spoken about, and do not forget to write in the comments below if it has helped. And for those who haven't subscribed to my channel, kindly do go ahead and subscribe to it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care. Bye bye.
Exploring, and together we